Hello and welcome to this video. Today I want to make a cast/replay review. So I want to look at what players are doing and what they should have done. I've searched for like mediocre rating game. It's like 1600 somewhere around this on average rating. So yeah, let's see. So already this he wastes way too much time on actually staying in the base with the commander instead of contesting this reclaim. Like, I don't know why he does that. Like, just build 3 maxes and then walk. These scouts can be very effective to harass the air player, so I kinda like that play. But you shouldn't stay that long into the base. So he's going only for... Yeah, okay. I don't like this play really, cause you're reclaiming here just broken trees, and you try to scale up your build power. That's kind of fine, but you delay your power income, and you can look at his eco balance. He has a lot of mass and very few power. Like, he's lacking power a lot. So this is very bad eco balance. You can do that, but I would do that later in game, or probably I wouldn't do that at all. And he delays his air for quite a while. Like, if he goes for early bomber, you're already fucked. Like, you have no air factory already, nothing. So early harassment would be very effective. Like, just send a bomber here. He has nothing to defend. He can build mobile anti-air, but that's kinda it. And then you can just move to the air player. So yeah. Okay, this seems fine. Probably not the best build order, but it's okay. Yeah, that's very strong. Like, now you need to take attention that they can't reclaim your scout, and you need to dodge it for probably bombers. Yeah, these laps are way too late. Like, it's minute 3:40 and they are just in the causeway. You see how long he stayed in the main base, and his ACU can actually kill these laps. So that's way too late. What you wanna do is like make it as a first to, I would say, third unit, these laps. Because otherwise you're just too late, and it's too easy to counter them and spot them early on. So you want to make them very early or not at all. And now this is happening. Like, he goes for early bombers and he will completely crush these expansion engineers. And these scouts can also deal a lot of damage. This is very weird to do. Like, get your maxes and then build the factory, not build the factory and then get the maxes. That's... Usually you want to go for the maxes and then for the reclaim. Like, the only reason you reclaim these trees is so you don't crush them. But you want to reclaim the least amount of trees while not crushing any tree groups. And you want to get as fast as possible to these maxes. Yeah, so you shouldn't do that. This is fine. Yeah. Well, he should have these inties here to protect the bomber. Cause you saw how late he was on air, so you should be easily able to have more inties and farm them right away. And I don't like play of using labs to kill mexes. Like that's, I mean, they are technically all the time worth it because they are just so cheap. But like, go to the air player and crush all these trees. There's way more value in crushing all these trees than killing this single Tech 1 max. And also, if he kills these engineers, they can replace with these so fast. So just go to the air player and crush them. And yeah, as I said, he has 2 inties, you have 3 inties. You should win this air fight, or you shouldn't even let him have 2 inties. So then these bombers wouldn't even be a problem for these scouts. So yeah. So what's he doing seems totally fine. Yeah. These engines are very good because you can reclaim so much of it in a short period of time. And this is, oh my fucking, yeah, this is very bad. Like, 1 energy storage costs 250 mass. That's like 4 of them is a whole Tech 2 max. And eco works exponentially. So if you have more eco, you can build more eco. And if you delay this eco, you will definitely lose at a later stage of the game, like a lot of mass income, just because you spent this early mass on e-storages you don't even need. Like, look, you have 1k power in storage, but you have the like 24k energy storage. Like, why do you need them? There's no reason to build them at all. Like, you can make one e-storage, that's fine, but everything above that is just wasted. I think he prioritizes units too strongly, like, and I don't know why these labs, it's probably a misclick, but you should never build these labs in these later stages. Labs' purpose are just for these early raids, for killing expansion engineers or destroying these trees, but they're not as a fighting unit. So, and now you see the problem. He invested way less in actually units, like he has less units, and he doesn't have any disadvantage from territory. Like, he has the same territory, but less units. So that means that he invested into units which has no value. You invest mass without getting anything from it. So you want to build the least amount of units as possible while still holding this line. And I think he could have done this with spending like 200-300 mass less. I mean, that's kinda optimization on a very high level, but just so you know. Because otherwise you fuck your scaling. So, and now you see he has already his first frigates moving there. I would go, when I see this, I go for very hard aggressive early navy, cause, and don't stand here. That's very bad. I mean, he's probably occupied with this, but this could kill this engineer, and this would be so huge. This can basically navy lock him or not. So this frigate timing is bad. But yeah, you should go now for aggressive early Navy, because you see how big the advantages you've got. And if he goes now Tech 2, so he will have Tech 2 PD. But yeah, look, he get dropped, and this should be actually the Navy win now. If he kills the base maxes and now go Tech 2, like build here 3 factories, 4 factories, go here Tech 2 and have Destros or cruisers to harass the main base, so he can't build hover spam or Tech 2 PD. That would be the right way, because you don't need more Tech 1. Like Tech 1 is pretty fast obsolete once you've won Navy, because you can reach this max, and that's kind of it. Like you have no value in these units once you've won Navy. So you want to go Tech 2 very fast after winning Navy, because otherwise you can spam hover spam, or he can go for Tech 2 PD, which outranges frigates, and he can get back into Navy. So yeah, but this drop is a very good drop. He killed like 5 maxes, so that's surely worth it. He does too. Well, he didn't need to die. He actually like just walk left and right and just anticipate when the PD gonna shoot, and then click left and right, so you dodge all these shots while getting out of range. This wasn't necessary, you could have dodged it, but yeah, okay. So what the air players are doing, that's kind of bad, because in these early stages of Tech 3 Air, it's very important that you, like, 1 ASF at minute 10-20 is way more important than 1 ASF at minute 40. Because if you have 500 ASF, 1 ASF more or less is kind of irrelevant. But if you have like 4 ASF and then you have 1 ASF less, that's 25%. So don't idle this air factory. Otherwise, his eco seems totally fine. Yeah, that's good air build. No problems here. Other air player has already Tech 3 max. So yeah. What should he do with this base now? Yeah, right. Just build NGs and reclaim these trees. These trees should be gone way before. I don't know why mid players don't reclaim these trees. I think they, like on positions like rock or beach or air, they reclaim the rocks, the trees, but they don't think that mid trees are actually relevant. They are. Like it's like 3 Tech 2 maxes or something like that you can get out of these trees. So that's pretty significant. Like imagine he has 3 more maxes just because he reclaims these trees. Like that's a huge disadvantage you have to catch up with just with your gameplay, and that's very hard to do actually if you're both like equal rating. So now, what's happening here? He tries to hover spam. Yeah. I mean, I have to check it, but I think frigates have bigger range. They have 48 and... no, the tank died. I think they have C18 range, so you should be able to take no damage. That's the advantage frigates has. Otherwise, they don't trade really good against hover spam. And I don't know why he's not going Tech 2. Well, he's going Tech 2 here, but with way too few NGs assisting it. Like, in this position, your priority number 1 should be to actually deal damage. Like, these maxes are killed by cruisers, these maxes are dead, all these maxes could be dead. This pigeon, this max, like, you can reach basically everything with Tech 2 cruisers. Especially if you're Seraphim, you should just go Tech 2 very early on. And the Destros protect you from any other spam, and the cruisers kill these maxes. You shouldn't over-invest in cruisers. Like, I would say everything above 7 or something is just a waste. Probably above 5 even. Because cruisers cost like 2k mass and a TMD costs like 300 mass. So, and one TMD can stop one cruiser, so they trade very badly. But in these early stages, you can overwhelm TMD, or there isn't even TMD built yet, so that's also something you want to consider. So yeah, you should go here for cruisers, and probably one Destro for the server spam. And what I see here is a lot of trees. Like, this is 4k mass. This is a whole Tech 3 max nearly, in just in trees. So I don't know why he's not reclaiming it. Probably just because he was stressed by all this and then he didn't react to it. But yeah. But otherwise it's very calm in the ponds. You should reclaim these factories. Like, you don't need more NGs, because you can reclaim very many trees with a very few NGs. You need, like, I would say 8 or 9 NGs out of this factory, plus the NGs which are gonna be built here, to completely reclaim everything at minute 7 or 6:30 or something like that. And these NG cost, every NG costs like 40 mass. So you could have, instead of all this, also more of a Tech 3 max, or more or a mass storage or something. So, and you could reclaim these factories to get even more mass. So there's a half of a Tech 2 max just in these 2 factories and this overbuild NGs, probably even more. So, and if you ask yourself how you can optimize, that's the way to go. Just reclaim these factories earlier. I really don't know what he's doing. Like, okay, now he's building Tech 2 PD. That's the right way. Build here a Tech 2 PD, then build a one Tech 1 top launcher probably, and yeah, get TMD here. That's very important. But the problem here is he just doesn't even try. Like, he has no build order. What you should have done is go for like 4 or 5 Tech 1 factories, just spamming NGs towards the pond, secure it with Tech 2 PD, and then you rebuild your factory. If you get Navy locked at T1 stage, it's pretty easy to get it back into the pond, and he will leave a lot of reclaim. So this is kinda the problem, that he seems to accept, well, my pond is lost and now I'm just sitting here and kind of ecoing or something. But like, these are 5 frigates, this is 1 sub. Build 1 or 2 T2 PDs, build a Tech 1 top launcher, and you rush your Tech 2 Navy so you can compete with this Tech 2 Navy. And then you're kind of fine. Like, he can't attack with frigates, and the subs can't deal damage either, so he's kind of out of options. Just he has to wait for this. And in this time of like 3 minutes where you're from building this thing to here, you have surely Tech 2 Navy. So yeah. It seems like he just gave up on the idea to get back into the Navy. Then that's what I see very often, like just this patrolling units. I don't know, this is just mass wasting. And 3 Tech 1 AA, what do you, and these mobile anti-air, like what do you expect to come? You need to ask yourself, what value do I get from building each of these units? So you can see 0 kills, 0 kills, 0 kills, 0 kills, 1 kill, 1 scout or inti or something, I guess. Nothing, nothing. So you invested like 500 or 600 mass into anti-air units and you killed 40 mass. You see how that is a very bad investment. You got no value from these units at all. And this PDs, like you're investing like 1.5k mass or something. You like 2 Tech 2 maxes are in the Tech 1 PD and the anti-air, like 2 Tech 2 maxes. That's not and that's a significant amount of mass. So don't build this. This is, and it doesn't protect you. Once you have your like 3 minutes, 4 minutes, no, not 3 minutes, but 4, 5, 6 minutes, you're kind of safe for early drops or something. Like, cause you have frigates which have radar intel, you have everywhere intis which can secure this drop. You have enough NGs, enough build power on this island to spam a PD very fast. So yeah, I don't like this play. Making this factory more close to the shoreline is fine. The kind of problematic thing is that you have less build power. You want to assist your Tech 2 Navy, so what I would do is like building here 3 Navy factories and then assist the 1 factory so these can build NGs. Yeah. There's no reason to split your build power like that. You could have all this build power on 1 HQ and it would be good anyway. It would be probably even better. So yeah. Well, and now he's doing that what he should have done like 5 minutes earlier. So move this cruiser to here. Like, here are 3 maxes. And then you wait for your Destro, and once the Destro is here, hover spam becomes completely irrelevant. He's going only cruiser, 1 Destro. Yeah, that's fine. I would probably even focus the cruisers more. But as I said, don't overbuild these cruisers, because they are very expensive and easy to counter. And now, see, now he's actually responding to what's happening. Now but it's too late. He has already 2 Destros, a cruiser on his shoreline. Like, do this way earlier, get this reclaim. I don't know why he decided to do it that late. You should have done it way earlier at the stage where here were only frigates, and you could have easily come back into the Navy. Easily. I don't know why he decided to do it that late. well, you should have just dropped here. Well, you shouldn't have dropped it at all. If you see here, all are already labs. Yeah, like you dropped earlier, and you need to know that when you drop, he built labs as a response, and then the second drop of you will be not as effective as the first one, because he has already labs in place which can counter the drops. The same is true for strats or any other strategy. The effectiveness gets lower with each unit you build, actually. Like if you go for, I don't know, for drops or for strats, the second strat will not have the same effect as the first strat. And the same is true for cruisers, the same is true for destroyers and stuff. So this drop shouldn't have happened at all. I mean, it kind of paid off, I guess, because he won't get this reclaim. But yeah. Now dropping a TML ACU or what? I think so. Or just Tech 2. So the good thing is he doesn't even try to go Tech 2. Like he just continues to on the 2-1 stage. So I wouldn't go here, because these Tech 2 torps counter Seraphim destroyers quite good. So what I would just do is, yeah, right, TML. Well, Tech 3 TML, that's kind of interesting. I think it's good that he did this. Yeah, here's a Tech 3 pigeon here. The problem is that you move your the access to Tech 3 basically out of your base, and if you continue to eco up, you will have the problem that you need to make the HQ too. But that's a totally fine choice. I wouldn't criticize that, actually. Yeah, you should. I mean, you can basically reach all this too, because there's no TMD. And then I would just win this pond with more destroyers, or use the cruisers to kill the torp launcher and then just move in. And then I would just spam from these factories NGs and build a chicken here to run into airbase. But yeah. So what's happening here? He's overbuilding a lot of units. Like he has these few frigates and one sub, and he has all this and doesn't do anything. If you go for that much Tech 1, I wouldn't recommend that at all. But if you do that, you need to make it worth. I think that's what he's doing right now. I hope, at least. Cause, I mean, it's so easy to counter. Just spam like a few drop launches here and all your units are dead. So I don't like to play with a lot of just Tech 1. If you're Siren and you're planning to Team 2 push, then that's good. But it seems like he just he don't prioritize either eco or units. He does the same. He tries to do both. I did a video about it, a strategy guide like eco pathway and unit pathway, and there I explained that you either go for eco or you go for units. Like if you go for eco, you go for the least amount of units you can afford without losing the pond. And if you go for the unit pathway, you don't go for eco at all. So you just eco to a certain point, and then you put everything into navy. But both of it isn't what he's doing. He builds quite a lot of units, so he destroys his eco for that, but doesn't have enough units to actually make them worth. So he wastes mass on units which has no value at all, and that's crippling you very hard in your gameplay. And yeah, these E-storages, I don't know they have no value. Like, not even as an air player I would build so many e-storages. I would build like, how many has he? Like, he has none, if I see it correctly. He has not a single one, and the beach player has this much. This is a very big problem. At Asylum Bug I will build probably 1 or 2 e-storages. Yeah. But to build not any is probably fine too. Yeah. So now it's minute 18. Air player. Okay, he isn't full Tech 3, but he has also a lot of Tech 3 maxes here, so that's fine. He should be full Tech 3, and he is. But I wonder if he can actually spend his mass. I don't think so. Yeah. Well, it's fine probably, but you see already he should have more build power. You see how he can spend his mass, since this is ready, right? So he needs to scale up his build power way earlier. He does this with this upgrade, but you should go here for like 2 factories just building entries. Coming above 5k mass and storage while scaling your air grid is a huge problem. Like even 3k is kinda bad, but 5k is really big problem. At these higher ratings, you will lose air for a very long time if you just do that. Probably even for the whole game. Cause this is all mass you don't spend at all. You don't have it in anything. It's just mass sitting AFK in your bank. And the only reaction you should do now is getting more build power. Cause power is okay, it's kinda fine. Especially if you would prioritize this PGen. But so the only problem to spend his mass is actually the build power. I hope he builds here build power, but also he should build this. He should build engines here. Because you see now he's overflowing like over 10k mass in a second. So yeah. Now he tries to make it worth. I don't know why you go first. Your first 2 units are a cruiser, while your air player has 2 bases. Like, you should assume that your air player will win air, and in fact, well, he has less air but a lot of more eco. So yeah, but I don't know why you go for 2 cruisers first. Like, build. He builds even more cruisers. I don't understand this. And I wouldn't T2 push a Cybran Seraphim at any point. Just cause the Sarah Destros are currently so fucking OP, and the Cybran Destros are kinda not good versus Seraphim, let's phrase it like that. They are very shit. But so you have over 400 mass. You have the eco advantage. You just go Tech 3, I would say, and then try to crush on Tech 3 stage. Yeah. Cause trying to do it on Tech 2 stage and then just building cruises, this won't work. And he's focusing way too much on Tech 2 hover spam. If you go for hover spam, don't go as a Seraphim for hover spam. Seraphim Destros are so great at dealing with hover spam. And he can just get all this reclaim. So at the moment, you haven't secured your navy. You actually just put 10k mass into the hands of the rock player. You delayed the tactical advantage he's got, but he got 10k mass for that. I don't know. He should just spam a few more destros, like 3-4 destros would completely kill all this and would deny every future unit. So yeah. So now it's kind of looking bad for top for the top team, cause bottom, even though the tier 2 push is very bad, he has more eco, and top is lost. Like you can't rescue top really without a too big effort. You should just say, okay, top is lost, we should concentrate on winning bottom. You always want to help the winning side. And that's a often seen misconception of player. They think they should help the losing side. I mean, it depends. If the winning side can win without your help, you should help the losing side. But if the winning side isn't really sure that he wins, or you can speed it up very much, you should always help the winning side, usually. Cause otherwise you end up with you want to secure this pawn just as fast as possible. Like, this is lost. Just don't try to rescue it. Even if he can stabilize and get tech to navy and stuff, he has no eco at all. It's 170 mass versus 84. So there's no point in really trying to hold. He will always outscale him. Always. So just focus on this bottom point. And that's what the air player has to do. He should spam, yeah, okay, he's doing it here, that's good. He should spam now build power and make a big air grid. In my opinion, you should, well, it's fine actually, yeah. So, what's happening here now? Now he has a lot of frigates which do nothing, with a lot of subs which do nothing either, and has cruisers which will lose to Tech 2 Destros. And wasted so much more mass. He could have so much more mass income. I mean, all this, it's 22 frigates. Let me just calculate this. It's already 6,000 mass just for these frigates, so it's probably something like 10k mass which is sitting here, which has no effect at all. Like, you could have 2 more Tech 3 maxes, and yeah, having 7k mass and storage isn't good either. Yeah, 2 HQs, I hope this is a misclick. I think so, it's a misclick. I really hope it's a misclick, because Tech 2 HQs are like 3 times as expensive as support factories. And even though people could think that looks like, oh, he's getting territory back. No. He just gonna kill all the server spam with the Tech 2 destroyers, and then there's nothing but mass and reclaim left. But what I don't understand is, here's no TMD. Why doesn't he TML with his ACU all these maxes? Like, there's so much value you can get. You can basically get him to the eco of minute 5 or 6. So, even earlier. So I don't know why he doesn't do it. Probably he thought, because he were TMD, probably he didn't see that. But he should know it. I don't know. So now he goes for very much Tech 2 Navy. That's a big problem. You need to know what your faction is how to play your faction and what the faction of the enemy is and how he's supposed to play it. And you can assume at a 1700 rating that he at least know the basics of how to play this faction. It seems like Gabber doesn't know it. He wants to fight on the Tech 2 stage versus the strongest Tech 2 destroyer. He is like probably the third, he's the third place destroyer, and this is place number 1 from a ranking point of view. So he fights at a stage what is the strength of Siren. So this is very bad, I would say. Just go Tech 3. You have so much eco. You have 500 eco. You can easily afford Tech 3 Navy. Why don't you do it? Why do you want to stay on this Tech 2 stage? Go for battleships and Tech 2 subs. Keep all the subs in behind. And when he wants to push your battleships, you move all of them in. You get the reclaim field. Yeah, that's basically what you should do. And not staying on this Tech 2 stage. Okay, now Winter is actually TMLing this stuff. He probably was occupied with other stuff. Yeah, that's totally fine. So it doesn't seem like Silent can spare his mass. Yes, he can't. I don't know what happened here. He probably, well, he reacted with some NGs, but he should have reacted more and earlier to it, because this much mass is actually game losing in most cases. And he's just spending this mass mostly because of this SMD. So, yeah. He didn't scale his build power good enough, and making eco isn't really worth it if you can't spend it. Like, it's great to make maxes, but if this max just end up being mass in the storage, it did nothing for your eco. You don't have more eco when all your eco is sitting in the storage. Like, cause you want to have this eco you actually have in these Tech 3 maxes, you want to have it on the battlefield. You don't want to have it on the storage. And now what he should do is completely stop every Tech 2 Navy and just eco, or I mean he has 200 over 200 mass, so he can actually spam a chicken. Build a chicken here and move it in to this air grid. This would be a good play in my opinion. Yeah. So now this is happening, and I mean you don't see it here because it's microed poorly, but it doesn't seem like a very good situation. He has so many more destroyers compared to him, like 1 destroyer, 2 destroyers, 3 destroyers. 3 destroyers versus 6, 10 destroyers. Who's gonna win? I mean, that's pretty obvious, right? So, and then not only that he will lose all his navy, he will produce such a huge reclaim field and will lose his eco advantages he's got. Because this is like 20 to 30k mass which he produces, and I don't know why you want to attack. And I think the unit count can make you think that you're actually in a good position, but you're in a horrible position here. That's a horrible situation you're here in, because all these destroyers will just kill all your navy. Yeah, see, so now all his navy dies. I mean, he should push. Yeah, okay, he does. That's so, and now all his navy dies, and all this reclaim stays for Kamsatran. And yeah, you completely threw the whole eco advantage you've got. Like, you've got the eco advantage, but you throw it just at his doorstep. Like, oh, I have more eco, we should equalize it. Here, I sent you mass. This is very bad play. You shouldn't have fight at the Tech 2 stage at all. And even when you're fighting, you shouldn't fight like that. You shouldn't fight like I just move in versus Sarah Destros. Cyber Destros are very hard to micro, cause you can't shoot backwards. You can't just retreat and then still shoot at them. So you always need to retreat to the sides, which can be very, very difficult to do. And so it's very difficult to actually abuse the extra range you've got. Now he's forcing an air fight, which is, as an air player, if you have more air, you want to force the air fight. You don't just want to sit back and having your ASF stay here or something. You actually want to force the air fight. You actually want to fight. In best case, you don't fight here, because then he will get all the reclaim. But yeah, you want to force him into fighting, so you can actually abuse air afterwards, and that's what he's doing. He tries to abuse air, and that's exactly what he needs to do, because he has 2 bases, right? So he is the carry slot at the moment. He has to carry, because he has more, because he has like double base, so he should be able to easily win against him. And I mean, he has 150 more mass income, but in terms of air power, it doesn't seem like he's really in a really good position. He's in a good position, but not in a really good position. And I'm really worried about him not being able to abuse this or use this bomber very good. I think it's just gonna be a thing like, oh, I just right click some units, then he will just move in, right click the bomber, and then the bomber is dead. And yeah, I mean, he will probably win the air fight then, but yeah, still. But when you're building an Awasa, or any air experimental actually, they have so few HP for the DPS of air units. Like one ASF has 400 DPS and you have 50,000 HP. So you're so even a few ASF can kill this bomber very fast. So what you want to do is you fight air and then you move in the Awasa. Or you fight air and distract the air and then you move it in. But you don't want to use it like strat bombers, where you just move it in and have your ASF simultaneously as cover, because you don't have the HP for that. And silent bug going for Restros. You should only go for Restros if you have more ASF. 148 versus 150, so it's basically completely equal. It's fine to go then for Restros, but he should already go for ASF again, because now he has Restros plus the same amount of ASF, so that's fine. But you never want to come below the number of ASF, so you should switch to ASF again. And this is the reason why I Say don't invest too much. I mean, he completely overbuilt TMD. Like 70% of it is just idle. So now he's fighting air and losing air very bad. I mean, probably, yeah. See, that's why you don't build restores if you don't win air. You should be comfortable with winning air before going for restores, because these restores did nothing but lose air. If he would have microed it probably better, and he would have just gone for ASF, I'm sure he would have at least be same or make a draw or something. But this is now he did it actually very good. He fought air and now he's going in with the Awasa. That's exactly how you want to do it. Because now the Awasa can kill the whole air grid without having the fear of getting destroyed. You know, because otherwise it's just such an easy target. And that's actually game-ending move. Like now air can't be recovered. At this point air is lost for the whole game. I mean, top pond is won, but bottom pond will lose. I'm sure about it. Yeah, he even goes for the kill. Yeah. The Tech 3 PD is a wrong move here. You should, yeah, Tech 2 PD, but even Tech 1 PD can be useful, because many people will, I mean, he has to micro all this and the Monkey Lord, so in most cases he will just have a move order here. Yeah, see, he has a move order here, and if you just build Tech 1 PD can be built very fast and has a very high DPS for the build time. So, and if he, the only problem with Tech 1 PD is that the Monkey Lord outranges it. But if he doesn't use this range, you can use this build power to build Tech 1 PD, and then they make actually very big amount of damage. He's going now for chickens, that's the right move here, I suppose. And he's going for the snipes. What happened? That was a Control K, right? Like, there's no way he died to that. And if so, well, that's, I don't know. I don't think that an Awasa can be that much damage to a Tech 3 shield, but I don't know. Yeah, okay, he tries, yeah. So now the game is lost, basically probably because of restores, and I mean, that's another thing. Don't kill ACUs if you don't kill ACUs if you can't kill the base, because then you have just another higher rated player with more eco, more concentrated eco. So that actually leads to this air situation. And Silent gave the base to the beach player, but he didn't know what to do with it and was probably overwhelmed with it. Which leads to this situation, which looks pretty bad for beach. Like, yeah. So the problem was here actually killing the ACU while the air player could profit from it, and here killing the ACU without any player profiting really from it. So yeah, that was a problem. So now the game is basically over. I mean, yeah. So now he gets all this reclaim field. So bottom point is lost clearly. Air is lost for the whole game. And even if he would have like 5 chickens, he wouldn't win this, I guess. Because you can just spam Tech 1 bombers. I don't know why you're going for Nothus. Tech 1 bombers are your better choice. Because they have more DPS per build time and more DPS per mass. So yeah. I mean, it's both true. He would have, like, the air situation wasn't that big of a difference. Like, it was probably, like, it wasn't the big of a difference as if he has 2 bases. But, so Silent Bug would have clearly won air if it would be 1 base versus 1 base. But the other thing is to make restores. Both of these factors led to this air outcome. So both of them are right. Yeah, he had 5 Tech 2 maxes, but he had Tech 3 maxes here in the base. And I think probably he could have actually won air if he just wouldn't have overflowed all this mass. And then he could have had more earlier ASF, and then he had to force an air fight. But yeah, he didn't, so that was also a problem. Yeah, GG, that was the game. I hope you could learn quite a lot. I gave all my impression to this stuff I've seen. Probably I missed some stuff, that's very likely, but yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, see you next time.